I forget which part this is. This is probably part 4. Part 4 or so. This video, we are picking up with our review on polynomials. I think this is part 4. Okay, long division. Let's remember how it worked. Alright, number 8, long division. This is how it went down. It's been a while. Got to bring it back to the front of the dome. Okay, first of all, the order. The thing that you're dividing by goes in the front. So let's remember that. Okay, always scan across to see if you're missing any terms that you might need a 0 term. Degree 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. So nothing's missing, but you should always check for that. So here I go. So I've got 2x to the 4th power minus 4x to the 3rd power, 3x squared minus 5x plus 1. Okay. All right, so we look at the first 2 terms, all right? So I'm looking at the x squared, and I'm looking at the 2x to the 4th power. And I'm asking myself, x squared times what is going to give me 2x to the 4th power? What do you think?
2x squared.
2x squared. Now, me personally, I like to put that over the like term that it goes with because it helps me know when I'm done, right? It's not super important, but if you want to be cool, you know, you'll do it. Once you get that 2x squared up there, any questions on how I got that?
No.
Don't want to gloss over it. You take it and you do the distributive property with it. Okay, so I'm going to take my 2x squared and distribute. So 2x squared times x squared, of course, is going to be 4x to the, I'm sorry, of course, is going to be 2x to the 4th power, just like we want it. But we also have to do 2x squared times 3. 6x squared. Up. What did I just do wrong?
You put it under the bottom.
I put it under the 3 because normally it just goes, but you want to put it under the like term. So let's do that properly. So I'm looking at 6x squared. So I'm going to put it over here. Okay. I draw my line. Draw my line. Now,
You don't change any?
I subtract by changing the signs. So this is going to become minus, and this will become minus as well. Okay, so of course these cancel out always. And now I'm going to bring down everything else. The negative 4x to the 3rd power just comes down. 3x squared minus 6x squared. That's negative 3x squared, yeah? And I bring down the negative 5x plus 1. I just bring it all down. And then I basically start over, okay? Just start over, I'm good. So you take your x squared and you look at your negative 4x to the 3rd power. Once again, my friend, ask yourself, x squared times what gives you negative 4x to the 3rd power?
Negative 4x.
I hear you saying negative 4x will do it. Okay? And I agree. So take your negative 4x and do the distributive property with it. Okay, so negative 4x times x squared is going to give you negative 4x to the 3rd power, like we wanted. But we also have to do negative 4x times 3. What's that? Negative 12x. And I almost put it in the wrong spot again. So negative 12x goes over there. Okay, now we subtract by changing the signs. So this will become a positive 4x to the 3rd power and a positive 12. So just combine like terms. So these cancel out. My negative 3x squared comes down. I have a positive 7x and plus 1. Okay? I see I have one more term coming because I'm lining everything up and I'm almost out of runway. I got one more term left. So once again I ask myself, x squared times what is negative 3x squared? Negative 3x, sir. Negative 3. Okay, so negative 3 is the final number. And once again, you take that negative 3 and you distribute with it. Okay, so that'll give me negative 3x squared, just like I wanted. And negative 9, which goes there on the end. Okay, so one more time, I subtract by changing the signs. These cancel, and I get 7x plus 10. Now that's my remainder. I'm out of space here, okay? There's nothing I could x squared multiply by to get 7x anyhow. So I hear Jordan saying, what we do with this remainder is, say it again, sir?
Put 7x plus 10, x squared plus 10.
Yes, sir. You take your 7x plus 10 and you put it over the thing you divided by. X squared plus 3. Okay? Good. So that's your final answer up there. I feel like I should recopy it. Maybe I could cheat and like cut and paste it.
Nope.
Are you really saying it's okay to cheat on
YouTube, that's James. He just asks random questions. He tries to antagonize me, but I love
He's a
him.
non-believer.
He's a non-believer.
Yes, I do.
He's the kind of person you want in your corporation because he challenges authority. He thinks outside the box.
Non-believer.
Tests.
Okay?
Same on MySpace.
So I love James, but I can't answer all of his questions because most of them are rhetorical.
Dr. Jordan.
Okay, I don't really know why I put f of x on there. All right, there's the answer. Determine algebraically whether the given functions are even, odd, or neither. Now, algebraically, okay? At a glance, we should know if they're even, odd, or neither. So let's start with that, but we're going to have to do the math anyway. So show me on your fingers whether you think this is even, odd, or neither. If it's even, hold up an even number of fingers like 2. If it's odd, hold up an odd number of fingers like 1 or 3 or 5. All right, show me. Let me pause the video because YouTube can't see. All right, YouTube, my class said odd. Every single person said odd. And luckily they are correct. All right, what's the rule for at a glance knowing if it's odd or even? Right, if all of the exponents are odd, then it's odd. Okay, so clearly we see the 7 and the 3, those are odd. What about x? It's a 1. It's a 1. It's a 1. So they are all odd, so yes, it's odd. So we might as well write that down, odd. But they said algebraically, so we have to go and do all this work, okay? Nah, sorry, bruh. Sorry, bruh. Yeah, remember, this is the one where the first thing we do is we write negative f of x. We write the opposite function. Negative f of x is the one where you distribute negative 1 through everything. So that's negative 6x to the 7th power, positive 4x to the 3rd power, and minus x. You know, I like to put a box around things, so we do that. Whoa, I almost fell down. I need that like medical alert thing. A life alert.
Don't ever get a life.
Okay.
My phone broke with a life.
All right.
Are you gonna get life alert?
Wait, hold on. We can't get off task on a YouTube video. Okay, so we have these two. We have the original function and we have the opposite function. Then what do I do now, Fernando?
F of negative x.
Correct. Now we do f of negative x. Basically, we plug negative x in for everything and see what happens. So this would be like 6, and then we have negative x to the 7th power, then minus 4, and negative x to the 3rd power, and then plus negative x. So I'm putting in negative x for everything. Now remember, when I have an odd power, the negative stays around. When I have an even power, the negative goes away. But because I have all odd powers, all of my negative signs are going to stay. Okay? So here on this next term, what will I have for my first term here?
Negative 6x.
I have negative 6x to the 7th power. The negative stays and comes to the front. What am I going to have for the next term? Positive 4x to the 3rd power. A negative times negative is a positive. And the last term will just be minus x. Okay? Now we compare.
It matches the
Does f of negative x match the original function or the opposite function?
The opposite function.
It matches the opposite function.
it's odd.
Okay, that's how you prove that it's odd. And you just need to include some sort of a little summary statement like matches the opposite. So odd. Right, if you want to do the official mathematical, the proper way is to say f of negative x equals negative f of x. So odd. That's the best way.
Just really quick, you said if it was,
Coming to you live from Roswell is Mr. Burnham's classroom.
Everybody clap. I love that. All right, I'm gonna record a few of those and like just cut and paste them. It's like every video. That's we got a thing. We're gonna have. This is gonna happen. That's right. All right. Number 12. We got a couple more minutes left in this video. Okay. Yeah, this will probably be the last problem that I can do. Is this still the same thing?
Yes.
Oh Lord. Thought I was done with that mess.
That's what the government wants me to think.
All right, so I'm going to go much quicker now that I did one slowly. These other ones I'm going to just brrrt. You're like missing a button right there.
Can't let the government
We should know at a glance, once again, if this is even, odd, or neither. Just blurt out to me, is this even, odd, or neither? This one is going to be neither, okay? Because we have 3, that's odd. We have a 1, that's odd. But what about the 5? This counts as 5x to the 0 power. And 0 is an even number. So we have odd, odd, even.
Not 0 was neutral.
No. Google it, bruh. Google it. So we know it's going to be neither because it has that mixture of evens and odds. But we do have to go ahead and prove it algebraically. Okay? I'm going to do as fast as I can, though. So first we do the opposite function, negative f of x. Distribute that negative sign, gives you negative x to the third power minus 7x minus 5. Okay? Then we do f of negative x. All right? So that's going to be 9 times negative x to the third power plus 7 times negative x plus 5. Now remember, if there's an even power, the negative goes away. If there's an odd power, the negative stays. So this negative is going to stay. So I'll have negative 9x to the third power. This negative is definitely going to stay. So I'll have negative 7x. And then I'll just have the plus 5. So then I look back and compare. I look at the function I just created. Does it look like the original function? No. Negative, positive, no. Does it look like the opposite function? Close. The first two terms are the same, but look, we have a positive 5 and a negative 5. So it's not quite the same. So that's why it's neither. Okay? Matches neither. So, yes, ma'am.
Is it a lack or death situation?
So yeah, if the official mathematical terminology for this, we would say f of negative x does not equal f of x. F of negative x does not equal the opposite of f of x. So neither. This is actually the best way to say it. This is official mathematics. I will accept either. All right. I don't think I'm going to have time to do the other video.
just finish with this problem.
Oh, that's the last problem. I'm going to squeeze it in. All right. At a glance, looking at number 12. At a glance, is this even, odd, or neither?
You have two number 12?
This one is going to be even because this 7 is like 7x to the 0 power. So it's even, even, even. So I know it's going to be even. Why does it say 13?
Because it's number 13.
It is number 13?
There's a typo on that one.
This one's a typo. It's number 13. Okay, so let's make that number 13. Okay, so I've got my original function right here. Now I've got my opposite function. Negative f of x is going to be negative 3x to the fourth power plus x squared minus 7. That's the opposite function. And now I'll do my f of negative x. So that's going to equal 3 negative x to the fourth power minus negative x squared plus 7. Because these are all even powers, all of those negative signs inside the parentheses are going to go away. So I'm just going to have 3x to the fourth power and minus x squared, because that negative goes away. The negative out front's not going anywhere. It's not in the parentheses. And then plus 7. Okay? And I look back, and what do I see? This is the same as the original. So because it's the same as the original, we know it's even. Or you could say f of negative x equals f of x. So even. As original. All right. That's going to be the end of this video. On the next video, we'll learn how to visually tell if it's even, odd, or neither.